All right, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Real Stocks Let's Bounce show. All right, bounce. Come on, bounce. All right, so market's opening. And so yesterday, we pretty much rose for most of the day. Let's go to the daily. Sold off towards the end of the day here. Pretty big sell-off. Hey, what's up? What's up, Nighthawk? Have only had one bounce really in this whole downturn so far, which was early on here. Great place to get in short positions. I believe that is where I got in last time, somewhere around there. So we'll see how we do this time. There's been a tremendous amount of stimulus this morning, Rob. Tremendous amount of stimulus around the globe, and I think till the next Corona shoe drops, if another Corona shoe drops, then we may see a leg lower. Yeah, it's kind of touch and go, day by day in this situation, looking for follow through days, layering into positions slowly but slowly. Slowly but slowly seems to be that should be the name of my stream, slowly but slowly. All right, Tesla up to 444.50 after a pretty bullish day yesterday. Could just be short covering, but we're a little bit higher, so that's good. Let's take a look at our buddy Play. It's gapping up a little bit this morning. Planet Fitness, similar looking chart, not near the same percentages though, which is fine. And we have our inverse ETFs for the VIX. And we have this one, which is the short term, the medium term, and the stocks 50. Yesterday had a pretty good day. And today you can see some covering at the end of the day as well. Yeah, this one seems to be breaking the downward trend line. Yeah, a lot of them are. Well, I don't know about a lot of them, but yeah, we're breaking the trend line a little bit right here. Notice we're not rallying though. I think everyone still understands how fresh everything going on is. I did find a pretty cool website yesterday. See if I can. I'm not sure if it's on this profile or not. It's actually really good. Let me. Oh, here we go. Check this out. This is a pretty cool. I'll post this for you guys. In chat. This is pretty cool. So this is like the global cases around the globe. I think I just said that twice. Yeah, let me post this in chat for everyone in case you want to take a look at it. It's pretty cool. So you can see here you've got China cases, which have been flat now since February 25th or something like that. You've got Iran, Spain, Italy, which I knew it was bad, but when you put it on a graph, everything looks worse on a graph. U.S., which looks like it's curving in the wrong direction. Of course, yeah, you get thousands of little cities doing stuff. I don't know, but that line's really bad in the U.S. That line needs to where'd it go? Right there. That line needs to go the other way. At least in France's direction, which is starting to decrease in terms of percentage gains. Germany's pretty bad there. Big bounce. Of course, these are confirmed cases. I think we're just doing more testing probably. United Kingdom, doubling every 3 days. You can see a couple lines for doubling every 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. So, and then down here you've got Singapore, Japan, Australia. All the kangaroos are hitting it. Iceland, Qatar, Estonia. Dude, go to Estonia right now. Anyway, so there's here's a pretty cool chart if anyone's interested in coronavirus data, stuff like that. Let's take a look. United Airlines up 10%, which doesn't really mean too much. Still in very low levels. Marriott Hotel, similar situation. Let me get my volume back up here. That's fine for right now. So you can see that capitulation day the other day still acting as capitulation, at least for Marriott, United Airlines, having two very high volume days down there. This one yesterday almost being a doji, not quite a doji, but it's acting like one. Getting a little bit of reprieve here from crazy distribution. Like I said, I think they're waiting for shoes to drop, which hasn't happened yet. Wynn Resort's getting a bounce here, about 10%. Is it a dead cat bounce or is it an actual bottom? I think they got to wait for the other shoe to drop. For instance, on that one, that's a good note to talk about. Let's talk about that. So going back to 2008, which is a nice parallel to our markets today, you have an initial decline, which is slower than the one we're in today. Why is that, Justin? But you have an initial decline. You have the Fed's bailouts here, which is basically where we're at right now. We're at the Fed bailouts. Maybe we're at these lows, and maybe we're right here, maybe starting to turn up, right? So we could turn up for a little bit. And then what happened over here is that Fed nationalizes Fannie and Freddie and Lehman Brothers. There's your next shoe. That's the next shoe to drop. So if 2008, if we didn't have a next shoe drop, it's likely we probably would have just gone back up like that. We would have just gone back up. But the next shoe dropped. Fannie and Freddie nationalized, Lehman Brothers. When Fannie and Freddie get nationalized, then they're pretty much understanding that the whole housing market is not in a good spot. And when the government has to take over private companies, that's in the U.S. it doesn't really happen that often. But those are important businesses, so they ended up nationalizing, which probably was a good move. I don't know enough about that, and then after that, Lehman Brothers going bankrupt and the Fed letting it happen, which is fine. I think they should have let Lehman Brothers go bankrupt. Got to make examples at least of one of them bastards, but that was the last one. That was the only one to be let go. The rest of them were saved and bailed out and consolidated forcefully by the federal government. Anyway, that was the next shoe to drop, leading to the final and larger collapse of the two drops in the market. And so we may be in this little dead cat bounce area here. The question, like I said, is do we have another shoe to drop? And we're in a faster timetable here. Morning, Eli. How's San Fran, dude? You're in San Fran now, right? Or you have to be there today by noon? I don't remember if it was Thursday or Friday. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I remember noon. Noon sticks out. Anyway, so here you see on the daily chart, looks a lot like the weekly chart. You've got a little leg down, a larger leg down, or a little leg up, a larger leg down, and now we have a lot of bailouts. Like there's been so much bailout news in the past week. Could fill up these charts here. So there's that, and now we have a reprieve from the selling is basically what it is, and then we're gonna wait and see. So yeah, I think layering into positions, but being ready and capable and willing to close some of those positions is important. If there is another shoe to drop, so everyone knows most of the country is essentially closed for 2 weeks right now. And we're probably going to have at least 2 weeks of nothing action. A couple names are going to do a few things here and there, but other than that, I think it's going to be pretty tame compared to what we saw. So maybe you're going to get some good bounces here in these inverse VIX ETFs. And you can see some of the volume stepping in here the past couple of days is really spectacular for that one, this one, and this one too. So again, is there another shoe to drop? Is a great question. Let's check the VIX in 2008. Actually, let's see what it do. Okay, so let's decouple these. And can see actually where it all happened. Okay, so there's our mini bailout. And then we started going nuts again around August. So our initial decline here, our peak took place over here at November 6, 2007, which I'm going to assume is this one. And I would assume wrong. November, this one? So around here sometime. Oh, there, yeah, my cursors are lined up. So, okay, so there's the top. And then the market goes sideways and then starts to here, then starts to drop. And then finds a low here. And the VIX spikes up to recent highs, which isn't too bad. Then the VIX really starts to spike up here. So in between here, the VIX did drop by about 50% during this part right here. So that could be a nice play. That could be a nice play right there. A 50% drop in the VIX. Maybe. We'll see. And then obviously the next leg higher took us towards what was, I think, all-time highs in the VIX. I don't know if this goes back to 2000. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's funny. Just end of day data. Closing. So, yeah, the VIX in 2000 doesn't look like that much. Oh, there's 99. But that's weird. Anyway. Yeah, basically the all-time high in the VIX, but we're close to there. We're close to that level, but we could pull back. So if it pulls back 50%, you're looking going to 30 if it does that this time around and however long that takes. But if it's a short term, that'll still be volatility. This EVIX, as you can see, is having, triple some of these other numbers. So that's pretty good. All right, let's take a look at a couple other names here. Okay. Okay, there. Okay, here. All right, so bouncing a little bit, wall off of lows, which is nice. So, like narrow ranges, it looks like so far, which is normal. Only 15 minutes into the trading day, not even quite. Square, Zoom up 6%. Looks like trying to go for all-time highs here. Even yesterday, distribution in Zoom, very interesting here. Dow Jones, Apple up a little bit here. Doesn't show much on the chart. Q's looking very similar. Microsoft up a smidgen. UAL, very slight bounce right there. Amazon, pretty good. Nice rally here. We're definitely seeing a little more bullishness in Amazon lately. And this is a pretty good chart right there, bouncing out of those low levels. Didn't quite get to 1,500 if you're looking at round numbers. 1,622. Marriott. A pretty big bounce off that low right there. Wow. 57%. Someone got some really cheap hotel stuff going on right there. We'll see if there's another shoe to drop or not on that one. JD. Holding up pretty well. Delta Airlines. Down pretty low. Bouncing a little bit. Not tremendously. 20-something percent. 22%. Off the bottom. Alibaba. Still within a range, but towards the top of it. Oxy, our oil play, is not looking very good. Some couple of small bounces the past couple of days. So far today, we're giving that up, down 8%. Square not looking so good. Not great. Square relies a lot on small merchants, at least I think is the thought process behind this. But even Visa and MasterCard are destroyed right now. But yeah, a lot of small businesses do use Square. The funny thing about it is, though, at least in Phoenix, I went to my local donut shop yesterday. I went to the store to go get a soda. I don't keep sodas in the house. If I want one, I go to the store and got a soda. And on the way out, I'm looking around. I'm like, I like that. That's a good donut shop. I'm gonna go there. See if they're having a hard time. No hard times. Donut shops, not a hard time. She's like, yeah, we're not that busy in the morning because of the work people, but in the evening we're really busy. So we made extra donuts today because I walked in and her donut case was like 3/4 full. I'm like, oh man, you guys got a lot of donuts, huh? She goes, oh yeah, but we ran out yesterday. I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, I had to make extra donuts today. And so there you go. So obviously some small businesses are going to be suffering and some small businesses are not. So, this might be just a really good correction for us to pick up some additional cheap TQQQ and stuff like that. It's actually, if you guys do the same, I mean, it'd be good to report back in the chat room and be like, hey, this is what's going on, right? This is what's happening in the economy. Ask the people behind the counter, are you guys slow? What's happening? Are you busy? Are you slow? Just start a little conversation and you'll get a nice little report within about 30 seconds. And I think that's especially as investors, like, okay, maybe this thing's overblown. So right now it looks overblown. I guess at the end of the day, the question is when you look at these cases of coronavirus and the government's responses to these numbers, again, if you look at the U.S., right there, that arrow obviously is pointing in a horrible direction. So we'll see how that goes. United States. Is that current data today? Oh yeah, today's the 20th. Okay. So anyway, Italy going the right way. Yeah, U.S. going the wrong way. So okay, so Square. I mean, yeah, probably. Maybe a good one on the come up. You can see here an extreme downtrend. We're down here at 39, so you've got just a recent high is 122%. Yeah, like I said, I think the economy will be back pretty good. EXIV only up 1% now. That took a big sell-off. ZIV. TQQQ looks like just took a haircut. Or did it? Doesn't look too bad on the 15-minute. Oh, okay, there we go. I was going to stick to the 1 minute. That's fine, I don't care. Okay. Planet Fitness and Wynn Resorts. Kind of rounding off what we're doing. So, a little bit of a bounce or a stabilization. Banks don't look very good, though. Down 5%, 2.5%, and 5%. With the Fed rates at 0, they're not doing super good. And again, let's check out mortgage rates. Still says 3.2 at bankrate.com. Purchase price 85023, 20%. Oh, here you go. 2.875. So they've dropped slightly. Snowflakes, right? Snowflakes. Nice stretch. It's early for me, people. It's early. Make me get up at 6:30. I will say this though, it's nice the sun's out. I like opening my blinds and there being some light coming in. I don't have much of a view, but it's not bad. Anyway, Snowflakes, yawn, Phoenix talk. Tesla flat on the day now. Looks like coming back down a little bit. Little gap up, using as a selling opportunity. See volume rising here in the 1 minute. See that compared to yesterday's open. We were pretty green. And yeah, not too bad. I think a little bit of stabilization, sideways action is pretty good. So it can be a pretty boring day. I have a feeling. So again, if you're layering into TQQQ, if you're trying to do that, try to get in on these dips. On the dips. So now that we have commission-free trading, ladies and gentlemen, in stock brokerages across the country, just buy one share. On every dip, buy one share because it's free. Just buy one. Don't buy 10, just buy one. And buy one, then buy one. We could be here a while. So like we said, the whole country's in basically quarantine. Not exact quarantine, but ooh, let's check out Arizona webcams. HD cams paint a clearer picture of Tucson. We don't need a clear picture of Tucson. You can keep those 360i. Where's my webcams? Traffic. Freeway webcams. Here we go. We'll do I-17. You're on page 3 or 4 last time. North of McDowell. Woo, buddy. 6, almost 7 o'clock. That is like free flowing. Yeah. That's going northern Bethany. So that is looking southbound right there. It says northbound, but this sign, if you're looking this way, is southbound. So this should be the heavy traffic. This should be the light traffic. Is that people stopped in the suicide lane? Well, carpool lane, I guess. Looks like an accident. Oh, it's a trailer. Yeah, so this is really, really light. Super, super light. We did this, I think it was a week ago, and it wasn't near this light. So they're slowly keeping them working from home. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Obviously, if a lot of people are losing their jobs, but I would argue this traffic right here, most of this traffic is likely professional-ish people. Construction workers are probably already at their job sites right now, at least in Arizona. I'm not sure how it is where you live, but in Arizona, when it gets like 100 degrees by, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. in the summertime, work here starts at 5:30 in the morning. All right, United Airlines back up 10% today. How's our volatility inverse doing? Getting back to negative over here in the medium term, short term slightly positive, and the Stoxx 50, which is based off of this index. Actually, I'm not sure if it's completely based off of this particular symbol, but yeah, just a pause day, ladies and gentlemen, just a pause day. With some of the beaten down ones getting some really good gains, but compared to what we've been through, they're nothing. Absolutely nothing. Amazon doing really good right there. Yeah, this move recently in Amazon's been nice. Apple languishing a little bit. I wonder what the CoinMarketCap I do too much crypto stuff. Actually, I've got Finviz pinned over here now. I wonder if Amazon's going to be overtaking Apple for market cap. No, they got about 10% to go, and then they'll be number one. Right now they're number 3. You see the price changes here today, 3% and 1% and less than 1% for Microsoft. Isn't it funny how even today Microsoft still barely beats Apple? What is this? Berkshire's up 200. Oh, it's the price. That was the percentage. Never mind. 0.3%. Talk about a good buy. Let's look at Berkshire. BRK.A. Come down 26%. That's probably right. In line with the market. Berkshire and the market basically trade the same, even though they shouldn't. Berkshire should behave better. Donut business is essential in the U.S. It's in the Constitution. It's in the Constitution. Protected businesses, Tesla and donuts. Absolutely. And they have good donuts too. That's why I wanted to support them today. Let's look. How much does a small donut shop make in a day? Baker's average 33 to 34 customers. Really? 560? Doesn't seem like enough to pay rent and supplies. Yeah. Elon was fighting with the local municipality and gave in. Which makes sense, honestly. Either he should keep his workers and they should live there and not go see their families. They should literally quarantine in place, which is in the plant working, which if I was Elon, I'd be like, "Hey, I'm going to give you a pay raise. Let's keep cranking out these cars." And then anyway, but that's just me. Then I'd like buy out a local hotel. Like no one in or out. Oh, what's this one? Daily revenue. Minnesota, Maryland, Indiana. That's good daily revenue. $1,000 would be manageable, I think. Yeah, so they do okay. Touchless delivery. Well, you know what they could do? They could look at each other and give the heads up, like, "Hey," and the other guy goes, "Hey," goes, "Put your invoice down, or put your phone on the table." Puts his phone on the table. So there's a table in the middle. One guy standing on one side. One guy standing on the other side. Well, it's 2020. Has to be a transgendered female, lesbian, male on the other side, and says, and the delivery person says, "Hey, let me see your phone." Set it down on the table. And he goes, oh, and they go, "Okay," and they walk over, put it down. Tesla person walks over, looks at the phone, looks at their phone, looks at the order, says, "Okay," and then pushes the button for smart summon, and it rolls the car past the table. That's your delivery. Boom. I just solved the coronavirus. You are welcome. You are welcome. About things I've noticed, a lot of trucks, way more than I saw before. So as long as that's the case, we are good. Yeah, not a bad, that's a good observation. Yeah, Eli's been driving across the country. He's thinking about becoming a truck driver. He's going to leave. He's been a developer for, I think at least, 20 years now, maybe 30. Could be 45. I don't know. But he's thinking about leaving for truck driving. And so he took a drive across the country to see if it's something he could do. And so thank you for reporting your findings. UAL up almost 15%. Pretty good. Tesla a little bit flat. Zoom up 8%, going for highs. Hopefully it'll stay up there this time. Look at yesterday, ended up at the end of the day selling off. They like Zoom, but not that much apparently. And YouTube's flipping out on me here a little bit. It looks like I'm still streaming. Said it couldn't connect to chat, so I'm refreshing my screen, but it is not wanting to connect. Having issues with YouTube lately. All right, 30 minutes in, and it's pretty clear that we're not doing that much so far. Looks like Win trying to get over, looks like a high from yesterday. Maybe a small bounce back for Win. How's our Qs doing? 1.6. Okay, so not so bad right there. Still not reconnecting on chat, so I was talking all kinds of fun stuff to Eli, and I can't even hear his smart response. That's a shame. Yeah, it's just... Refresh again. Are you going to load better? Nope. All right, well, can't see chat for right now. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Still chatless. But I'm back. Some allergies going on with springtime over here. All right, so NASDAQ looking pretty good. Dow Jones looks like it's down, actually, 0.65%. Not doing super hot right there. Let's go check out the cover of FinViz and see if there's any names that are running that we should be looking at. BLPH. Up a lot. Obviously, I'm assuming biotechnology, 18 million market cap. All that sounds about right. Expanded access for InnoPulse for the treatment of COVID-19 virus. Oh, there you go. But you don't want to play in these waters. Not even you, Rob. Rob, not even you, buddy. Just don't touch that. Look at the gap up. It's just been selling off all day long. Yeah, very, very limited everything in situations like that. Casinos with big bounces today. Or at least that one. Century Casinos. 38 million market cap. Super tiny. Genmark Diagnoses. Look at the volatility on that one. Avoid that one at all costs. Penn. National Gaming. Gaming is up today. Medical devices. Multimedia graphics software. SLGG. Super League Gaming. Probably maybe more people are finding their service. That could be an interesting one. I've never heard of them, but maybe they could end up. I still can't see chat. What the hell, YouTube? You suck. You absolutely suck. How do you mess this up? Street Fighter, Smash Bros, Fortnite, Mortal Kombat, Tekken. I'm not big on the gaming stuff, but yeah, they could be finding a surge with everyone staying home. So that's an interesting play. It could find additional customers that before probably wouldn't have found them due to the fact that why? EVRI, ATHX, Biotechnology, Zoom, obviously we know about that one. Whoa. Blue Capital Reinsurance Holdings. Why is a reinsurer gapping up 600% 3 days ago? That's weird. Liquid Media Group, so entertainment. That is a overbought condition. Really? That's overbought? Oh, that's unusual volume. Okay, that makes sense. Unusual volume. Unusual volume, unusual volume. AMTX is specialty chemicals. 9 million market cap. This is a tiny, tiny one. Still on the NASDAQ, though. High purity alcohol for hand sanitizer. Really? They begin shipping it? Personal services, whatever that means. Accenture. Look at yesterday, down from 150 to 180, all the way back down with a big wick at the top. CTRN gain. Diversified investments. Okay, how about our major newsers over here? We got Uber, which is up. Mo, which is not. Netflix, which is kind of flat. BCS, Barclays, okay. Looks like dead cat bounce right there. Fed could snap up municipal debt now under new Senate proposal. How about we all just get Fed credit cards? Yeah. Let's just all get Fed credit cards. I still can't see fucking chat. I'm pissed. YouTube, you suck. Okay, I'm just going to go to youtube.com, which works. Now let's go to... how the hell do I get back? Create a video, go live. Let's see if it'll realize that I'm live. And of course, it pushes me off. All right, Q's 1.3 UAL still about where it was. Try to get back to the studio. Click on manage. No upcoming streams. Which channel am I? You have me as rant. You don't even have me. Okay, so I started my stream as Real Stocks, is my YouTube profile name, and then somehow it just kicked me off and put me as Randy Pratt. No wonder I couldn't connect. Okay, now I'm back in the chat room. Okay, so essentially YouTube completely switched my profile without me doing anything. That was kind of weird. Eli got Zoom yesterday. Oh, okay. I can see chat again. Oh, Rob's working from home. Interesting. What's up, Stratra? Company I work for, a video game developer now, has completely transitioned to remote working this week, as have many other game devs. Nice. I'll say those transition and work from home are super lucky. I feel bad for restaurants and those kinds of folks sitting at home. Yeah, absolutely, Rob. We had a swim class, and so actually this is the flip side of the donut shop right here. Absolute flip side of the donut shop. The swim class is temporarily laying off 90% of their staff because they just can't afford it because they're going to have to stop payments to parents or collecting payments from parents, and yeah, they're gonna have to furlough those workers so they can get government assistance rather than cut their pay and them get crappy pay and no government assistance. They're just temporarily laying them off, and hopefully they'll all come back. Now, if they would have given the option for customers to keep paying and supporting those workers, maybe at a reduced rate or something like that, I probably would have actually done that and just kept paying. So those, I don't know, 20 people could have kept their jobs for a while. I think a lot of people would do that if some of the businesses gave the option. But anyway, so that email was sent out from them, very, very candid, very honest, which you have to respect them for that. They said straight up in their email, we're laying off 90% of people. And they're a family business. They've been around for like 30 years. Very, very well known in the Valley here. Can Fed buy me some house in California? Absolutely, they can buy you a house. Yeah, just get your Fed debit card. You're good to go. Stratwell, most of my friends back in India and my brother too, all working from home in their respective workplaces. In Germany, everyone's mostly self-quarantined in my town. Okay. Yeah, so self-quarantining, but I mean, some stuff's still happening. So we're not that bad. Like we're bad, but we're not that bad, you know. All right, Tesla down here, 4.43. Even as Tesla closes its plant basically completely, you can see the market doesn't really care, which is good. When the market doesn't react to the news, you're in a good spot. MJ up 5%. A little bit of, not really volume. Volume a couple of days ago, but not a bunch. So TQ's up 5% today. And you can see as of today, we've got 175% to the tippy tops of our prior run. Which I don't think we're V-bottoming back up there, but look at all this volume stepping in on the TQs right here. Obviously, there's some short covering and things of that nature, but that is a lot of organic buying down there. So, again, waiting for the next shoe to drop. We'll see what happens. EXIV up 10%. Looks like the FEZ is back up. And there we go. And the short-term volatility is down as well. Hexo's up 100% in 2 days. You love Hexo, Rob. Yeah. That's definitely a big bounce right there. Well, dude, when you're down 95%, that's what 100% looks like. Doesn't look like much. Let's get off the log chart for a second. That's what that looks like. It's not very good. Not very good at all. Even from 2020, it hasn't even come close to hitting those highs from the beginning of the year. So, nice bounce though. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Playing with fire, my friend. Playing with fire. All right, silver and gold still hanging out at lows. Nothing good nor bad. Nothing good nor bad. Which one is Hexo again? Are they the real estate play or are they the drink play? I think they're the drink play, right? They're also the ones that missed their earnings. Yeah, don't think long term with a company that can't post earnings. There isn't a long term when a company can't post earnings. It usually doesn't work out very well. It's like trying to ask your girlfriend to marry you when she's constantly hanging out with all your friends. I mean, all of them. It's like, yeah, probably shouldn't be marrying that one. But I love her. I love her, Randy. No, I'm just gonna say it's not gonna work out well for you in the long run. If your girlfriend likes all of your friends that much, it's probably a problem that you don't want to be involved with. Lots of girls out there. You don't have to marry Hexo. Yeah. Yeah. We're looking at the VIX to see when the market will start to set in lows. I've been doing that lately. We actually have these right here in this purple markers. These are the inverse to the VIX ETFs. These two are the VIX. This is the Stocks 50 VIX. So, I think on the way down is going to be some good plays just on the VIX itself. They have ETFs and that's what we're looking at with these over here, just on volatility alone. Making some money. So a lot of good options in this market environment. Oh, Tesla almost at 5% right now. Lots of good green volume. Volume aggregation tools been pretty bullish the entire time, actually. You can see right there, just sellers drifting away. Maybe they're, looks like they're starting to bounce back, so maybe we'll see a local top here. Delta Airlines, United Airlines still up 15%, Marriott up 10%. Yeah, so not a lot going on. India VIX is at all-time highs. Yeah, I bet. Now, again, if there's another shoe to drop, we're going to see that VIX stay pegged. We're just waiting to see if there's another shoe to drop to this. I think everyone knows the story right now, which may be why we've been pausing the past week. Everyone knows what's at play. And, yeah, I think it's just a wait and see to see if the stimulus works, to see if there's more job cuts. There was just unemployment out yesterday, jobless claims. Initial jobless claims. Okay, this isn't. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get one. It's weekly. Let's do weekly. Yeah, there you go. U.S. Weekly. See, everyone's looking for that. What? Ugh. Piece of garbage. I don't even want. It's not even the chart that I want. Anyway, it rose. Oh, is that it? Oh, there we go. Right there. Bam! So your jobless chart is definitely off the charts. Baseline at 200 or at 280. That's pretty significant considering our high was 223 going back in the last quarter. So 232. So definitely over recent highs. Just got to see if it keeps going in the upward trajectory there. I'm not sure if this is what we're looking at there, but oh, there you go. It's actually not too bad. Not too bad at all. You went all in yesterday? Wow, Jake, really? RCL? Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines? That's ballsy. That is a beautiful move, though. 442% to all-time highs. Dude, cruises are great. They're coming back. I don't mind that. That's a good one. Microsoft's pretty good. Barrick's Gold. Oh, they just have gold. Good for them. Just bought whatever this is. Some gold company yesterday. Okay, and then ACB. Cannabis? Yeah, it is cannabis. Wow, that's a pretty strange portfolio, Jake. I just have to admit. You go from cannabis to gold to Royal Caribbean to Microsoft. So ACB, that's a big gamble in my opinion, just generally. I mean, cannabis as of the past, well, what is this? Just been down in the dumps since this was March of last year, since the whole MJ decline started. That one's really in the dumps. Microsoft, that one's interesting because it really hasn't dropped that much. I was trying to find a theme, and then I don't mind the Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines either. Yeah, you're right. That one is pretty beaten up. But you're poor, so it's not that big of a bet. I don't know what to say. It's interesting. I like this play if you're just going to hold this for longer term. But it could be a number, could be a while before this comes back. I would assume, yes, the big techs did drop less SRATRA. Yeah, Microsoft's in a good spot. I like the Microsoft bet. I think that one's going to work out really well. This dropped like a medium amount, It's about 30% back to the highs, and so it's dropped about as much as 29%, which is a very normal drop. A very, very normal. I like this one a lot. You're obviously not going to get, face ripping gains off of it. 30%. Why didn't you do the TQQQ? Just curious. It's definitely a safer bet than ACB. Now, if ACB works out, I'm going to look stupid because ACB, if that thing actually does finally start to have a big rally, it's going to outperform everything, going from 71 cents up to $5. But if this ends up getting delisted, then it's just going to get cut in half. Oh, you're in Sweden? Well, I didn't know that, Jake. I didn't know that. You have RCL in Sweden? Is the chart different? Or Sweden? Is this Sweden? Doesn't look like Sweden. Oh no, it's not even Royal Caribbean. SRATRA. There's no such thing as the 377 EMA. It does not exist. It doesn't exist. You've been talking with Mel too much, haven't you? Mel likes to throw out stuff like that. Mel used to follow like some 42-day EMA. I'm like, why the 42? He goes, oh, because no one uses it. I'm like, huh? No one uses it. That's why you're using it? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, 18% now for UAL. Tesla's still chilling out, about 5%. Delta Airlines still hanging out. MJ still hanging out. All right, getting some little bit of percentages here in these inverse VIX plays. So could have some nice bounces in some of those. Play up 5%. Planet Fitness basically flat. And Wynn Casino's up 15%. Oh, really, Shroud? Is it a large cap name thing or? Didn't have time to buy crypto? Really? Oh. Yeah, it's been moving. We had alerts at 5,400. That was our last alert on Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm fine with that, Stratton. I'm just giving you crap, to be honest with you. Plus I like joking with people. It's just fun. Yeah, if you see it works, then yeah, forget what I say. Yeah, if it works, it works. I agree. Zoom 6%. All right, so it looks like relatively mild day today, which is nice. Again, may see some nice gains in these VIX names, like this EXIV up 15% already. You've got our FEZ up 5%, so I like this EXIV. Problem is I can't really do any good day trading in my account. I wish I could day trade, but they make me settle everything over 2 days. I'm like, you guys are ridiculous. Like I'm going to settle something for 2 days. You're out of your mind. All right, let's check out this EXIV. This thing's going to be gangbusters. I do like that Royal Caribbean though. That was let's add that to this list. I don't know about right now, but eventually, and it may take the cruise lines a little bit longer to come back, especially considering all the negative press around them when people were trapped in cruise ships. That's going to stick in a mind. That's going to stick in your mind for a minute. People weren't necessarily trapped in airplanes. They just didn't want to, fly or go anywhere. But being trapped in a cruise ship, I think that has a little bit less romantic feel to it. So I think that's going to be a thing. But I think, longer term, let's look at some options on Royal Caribbean. It's going to take a minute for that thing to spool up. But yeah, this thing has, what was it, 400% back to highs? 450% back to highs? That's crazy. That's crazy, crazy. But yeah, I mean, sometimes these are the best ones to get into. At the same time, we're also looking for the next shoe to drop. I don't know what it is. I don't know how the virus can get much worse. Everyone pretty much knows what's going on by this stage of the game. So unless another shoe drops, we're likely to just be hanging out in these levels. Okay, so let's look at Royal Caribbean. Let's say, I mean, it's pretty stable up here at 70 from 25. I can't say that's going to be a toggle all. Go out to January, and we're looking at 300%. That's not great. That's going up to 70. I'm not sure if we're going to be bouncing all the way back up to 95. Obviously, if you want to give it to 95, they do have a 2022 call for the following year, and that one gets you 364%. So that one's okay. But that's going out 2 years. That's still really good, though, 367%. There's two strike prices, and they're 367, 364 respectively. So, you can even go in the money and get 313%, which isn't too bad. Pretty wide bid asks, though. The volatility is insane right now on any option that you buy. Any option that you buy. See if this EXIV has any options. They better not. Okay, good, they don't. Good, they don't. Yeah, I wasn't so keen on that Royal Caribbean. Like I said, if you guys want to start layering in, if you have really small accounts and just want to go balls to the wall, I mean, I guess you can do that. Like Jake did. But I still like leveling in. You think they're holding it up to crash it over the weekend, or is that too dark of a thought? That is not too dark of a thought, Rob, to be honest with you. I don't think that's too dark of a thought. Usually they won't wait like this, though. This seems to be a general market corrective action back in the opposite direction. But we'll have to see how volume looks like at the end of the day. Although it looks a little bit light. You can see on the 1 minute chart here, UAL moving up a little bit there. We had a nice reprieve yesterday, but they could be waiting it to drop. If you know about the math behind pandemic growing exponentially, then you won't panic and finding the number of infected people potentially quadruple in a few weeks. Well, I'm definitely not panicking. I'm looking for a really great entry point is what I'm looking for. Which, if this is, again, going back to that 2008 chart, I think that's your template right there. we're going to consolidate in an upward sloping fashion for a little bit because we just came off of extreme lows. And if there's another shoe to drop, we're probably going to crash through the dirt. But so far that we haven't seen that scenario. So Tesla looking pretty good here. We have to lean into some more Tesla. Oh, good entry on Tesla. Pretty good entry. I'll pick up a... Maybe. I'm not going to pull triggers right yet. I'll wait a little bit. Q's doing pretty good right here. So breaking out of this little channel right here. If you take a bigger channel from the top here, whatever that is. Get rid of that. Get rid of some of these. Yeah, loosely starting to break that trend line. So definitely popping today. UAL up 25%. So getting those people stepping back in the markets. Good volumes. Again, could be short covering, but just go with what it is. EXIV up 15. ZIV coming up really quick right now. That looks like a very illiquid stock. This one's not illiquid, this SXVY. A lot of people are playing this one, it looks like. That's pretty liquid. That would probably be the one to do. And the TQs are doing pretty good here too, based on the Qs. So yeah, it looks like we're going to go in bounce mode. Rob with a point that it could fail into Monday, but at the same time, I don't know what shoe is to drop with so much stimulus. They're dropping checks to the American people, and that's gonna keep people happy for a little bit. So we may have seen a little local bottom here for a while. It's hard to say exactly if it's gonna continue up or Tesla moving up, or if it's going to go sideways. But so far it looks like we're rallying because we've come down a tremendous amount. United Airlines just up 30%. How's that Royal Caribbean trade doing? Only up 11%. Not as much. They haven't announced bailouts for Royal Caribbean. So maybe those will be to come. That's a possibility. But they're not. You can argue air travel is pretty much needed. Cruise lines are pretty much not. But we'll see. Winds up 22% off of some low levels here. So, again, leveling into some positions down here. We don't have to be all in. There's still some risk here. But I think... yeah, as we start to rally out of this, if you like that TQQQ, wait for the Qs to start to show the same kind of fervor that you're getting here out of a Tesla. A little bit here, a little bit more volume stepping in. And then United Airlines here up almost 30%. So that's pretty good. Yeah, let's see if we can stabilize and show bullish. Like yesterday we were pretty good. Except for at the end of the day. Yeah, we'll see what happens at the end of the day. People may not want to take this long into the weekend. That may be a good buying opportunity. But if they rally it significantly into the end of the day, then yeah, I don't know what that means. Could go either way. Weekends are hard right now. Super hard. Dave & Buster's. Everyone took their positions yesterday, it looked like. Dow Jones, Qs, Square. Tesla, Adobe. Adobe doing really good. Look at that. Look at that candle right there. Nice reversal hammer. Beautiful. Don't forget about those inverse ETFs either. Are we falling much faster than '08? Yeah, we did fall much faster, and we should have. And we should have fallen much faster. When the next shoe dropped in 2008, we didn't. We're about the same as that. So I'm gonna bounce, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a good day. Um, market's going through a little bit of a bounce mode right now, and we'll see if that's gonna be it, and we're gonna go sideways and loosely come out of it, or if we're gonna dump on Monday. So again, smaller position sizes. I don't think. I mean, unless the government's cutting bigger checks or something, but we're seeing jobless claims, and even with jobless claims, they're still rallying this market. Hopefully, it's not just a Friday effect, tanking it from going to tank it on Monday. But we're seeing a lot of pretty decent action down here. So again, smaller position sizes, but have a great weekend, guys. And I'll see you guys later in the Crypto Power Hour. All right.